Hey everyone, it's Jester Bell, and I'm back with some commentary I wanted to do on the recent Mulan trailer that Disney released a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago. And I know it's been that long, but I've seen some negativity around the movie, the trailer, that I wanted to address. And people don't outright hate this movie that's coming out, but there's a lot of criticism because it's diverging a lot from the original animated movie. You know, people are complaining that there isn't any Mushu in the movie, and they're complaining that there's not going to be any songs. There's supposed to be some orchestra versions of the songs, though. And make no mistake, Mulan is my favorite Disney animated movie of all time, but I am completely fine with these changes. And the reason goes back to what the Disney live-action remake franchise has been. It's gotten a lot of criticism, even though movies like Aladdin and The Lion King, well, presumably The Lion King hasn't come out yet, they've done extraordinarily well at the box office. These movies get a lot of criticism for just being soulless remakes of the animated movies. And really they are. I've gone to so many of them, and so many of them multiple times because so many people want to go see them. But a movie like, say, Aladdin, I thought was very dull and very boring. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Or Beauty and the Beast, for example. It was really just a lesser version of the original movie with worse actors and worse singing and worse structure. For example, what they tried to add new to the movie was a subplot about Belle's backstory with her mother, and it just really didn't add much to the story at all. It just made it longer. And the thing about these movies is they make a ton of movie when they come out, especially Beauty and the Beast. I'll use an example. But people don't really talk about them or care about them very much afterwards. It's only been 2 years since Beauty and the Beast came out, and I don't see people going back to the movie at all, except to criticize it and say that, no, this isn't great like people thought when it first came out. It's just, again, a lesser version of the original movie. Now, I was originally in favor of the live-action remakes because I thought there's a lot you could do that's interesting because with a live-action version of these classic animated movies, because there are different steps that you would take to making a live-action version of a fairy tale versus an animated version. For example, all of the enchanted items like Lumiere in Beauty and the Beast, that's something you would do for a cartoon. You might not necessarily do that for a live-action movie, but unless you did it differently. And I thought when we first saw set photos different leaked concept photos for the Beauty and the Beast live-action remake, I thought we were going to get maybe a darker, more twisted version of that in the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast, but maybe it would still follow the general idea of the Disney version of the story. It would just do it in a very different fashion. And I thought, wow, that could be very interesting. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, and that hasn't happened with any of the movies. They are just cash-ins on the original movie's success. Now, Mulan, I thought I was going to hate the trailer. Because I've just not been liking these live-action movies at all. But I actually ended up really liking the trailer because I thought, whoa, they're finally taking different steps into adapting this legend of Mulan. They aren't just ripping off of the original version just to get, make a quick $1 billion and then move on. Because Mulan is a legend of a female warrior, and I thought if you were going to make a live-action version of this, you should make it into an actual war movie with these battles, and be able to actually see the process from a more serious perspective of her becoming a warrior and her wanting to honor her family and disobey them and disobey tradition at the same time. And so it looks like that's what they're doing for this movie, and they want to do it because they want to appeal to China more, which may have backfired because I heard that China is now bashing the film for being historically inaccurate, which is too bad for Disney, but I'm still looking forward to a movie that's going to be different, something that takes the core of the Mulan story about a girl who wants to honor her family and find herself and fight and protect them and make it into something new and interesting. And so if I want to go see Mushu and hear those songs, I can go watch the original animated movie. Like, they were perfect there. There's nothing I would change. They don't need to be rebooted. But then I hope that this new movie, while it still could be a bad movie, by the way, it doesn't, because liking something from a trailer doesn't mean it won't all turn out well structured or anything. But at the very least, it looks like they are taking the right direction with this movie, as it's something that is going to hopefully stand on its own and be its own thing and be interesting to watch. At least for me, it's going to be interesting to watch because I'm going to be having a new experience and seeing their new take on this movie. And the only thing that I agree with people about what they shouldn't have omitted from the original is the character of Shang, because I think he and Mulan had the best relationship of any Disney couple, and I think that that's something that would translate very well for a live-action film and very well for this more serious take on it that's more true to the original ballad. I'm not sure if Shang was in the original ballad, but a more serious take on the legend. I think he could be really great in the movie if they brought him in. So that's disappointing, but otherwise, and I'm just hoping that it turns out really great, and it's one of the few live-action Disney remake trailers that's gotten me really excited and really looking forward to a movie. And I'm really happy about that because, again, Mulan is my favorite Disney animated movie, and I'm glad that instead of botching that up and just tainting it a little bit with just a soulless cash grab, they're staying true to what the story is, again, and while making a new take on it. So those are my thoughts. I want to do more of these movie commentary videos on trailers and upcoming movies. And tell me what you think I could improve on. I'm trying to make it so I'm not as stiff. I know I am. But thanks for watching, and I hope you'll like and subscribe for more content.